I feel like, as a black man, I feel like it's so hard to do the right thing. You know, I feel like it's so hard to be the voice of reason, to be the good black man. And I'm still addressing the Crystal Valentine thing because it still bothers me like a mug. It really does. Um, it's been in my mind for the longest, and I just don't like it. I don't like that it's getting so much hype, and people are just eating this up. Everybody's eating it up. Oh, the evil boogeyman, the evil black man. Oh, these black men, they're so evil. And then, you have, white men coming in, caping, questioning us like, oh, hey, why you black men are disrespecting your women? I don't understand. Like, nigga, you created this mess with your white supremacy. But I wanted to get into, if good black men can fix these women. That's what I want to talk about. Can good black men fix damaged black women? And I feel like no. I feel like they can't because I feel like it's just too much work. And the problem with black stereotypes, black male stereotypes especially, is that we get these all-in, like Tariq Nasheed says, these all-in laws. Even though when I'm saying it's not really a law, it's just really a mindset. We get this, black males get this all in, we're all included, from the thugs, bad boys, to the lames, coons or whatever. We're all, this one big nigga. And I've met girls my age who are Negro bedwenches, who didn't like black men, and no matter what you say, no matter how you prove yourself that, hey, I'm not them niggas over there, they're still like, well, you're still black. And even though they'll put it into like a nice way, they're still saying like, hey, you're still black. That's the offense that truly bothers me. I feel like women like um, Crystal Valentine, she really needs healing. I don't know her situation, but it's a lot of unnecessary drama that she's bringing, and I don't want to neglect real feelings, real events that happen to her or happen, to her fans, that can make, the poem so relatable. But the thing is that there are good black men out there who aren't all color struck, who aren't bent out of shape over the dumbest shit. You know, um, to me, I would hate to just leave them and just abandon them. But then again, I just feel like, what can you do with girls like that? You can prove and say, oh, hey, I'm not like them. Or you can take the L and say, hey, I used to be like that. But the thing is, they're not going to care. They're not going to be like, um, fuck it, yeah, those are bad guys over there, but I like you. They're not going to do that. You still get the all in, you know, you're still judged for your skin. One black man does something wrong to one black girl. She feels some type of way. She she blames all black men, even the lames, no matter, even though they're not capable of doing that shit, they still get all in. And it just leaves good black men to be like, fuck it, I can't do anything with these girls. It's just really best to date black women who have a good upbringing, a decent upbringing at least. Because you can't do anything with those type of girls. You just can't. You can't. Some you can heal. Some you can heal. Some you can help, and they do need healing. They do need help. But when it comes to dating them, I don't know. I just couldn't. But sometimes we just have to kind of leave people behind because it's just becoming a drag, and then it's just like I'm not gonna waste time and resources over you when there's plenty of other black women who have who are well off, who aren't getting all hell bent over colorism. It's not that big of a deal. Um, and the thing is, at least with some black men, I understand there's some black men who have been hurt and abused and mistreated by black women. I was bullied by a lot of black women. But the thing is that, I have enough common sense to say, like, hey, okay, it's not all of them. I don't need to judge them. I don't need to be like, fuck these black women and all that. You know, I can feel a little stereotypical towards black women sometimes, but then again, when it comes to dating, I'll give them their personality. I'll give them a chance to show their character. I'm not going to be like, okay, I had all these bad experiences with black women, and I'm going to blame every black woman that hurt me. I used to be like that, but I'm not anymore. So, I don't know. I really want to work on writing a letter to Crystal just to understand where she's coming from because I can't let it go. That's the problem. I've heard a lot of these, poems, these little for colored girls poems, and I'm just kind of tired of it. I feel irritated when I'm I'm involved in an all-in rule, and I'm punished just because I'm a black male. I'm like, hey, I've been trying to get with black women. They're not checking for me. I've been trying to champion you, and then you feel like as if I'm not good enough, and you're being selective. I don't have time for that shit. I don't have time for that type of shit. So I really have to speak up about this because I'm just kind of tired of it. I'm tired of like every so often, every year, there's some movie, there's something that happened in real life, there's something that goes on, and the whole world wants black men to feel guilty and ashamed. They want them to apologize for things they didn't do individually. And I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be apologizing for the stupidity of other niggas. I'm not doing that. I'll admit, yeah, I've been color struck and it's deprogrammed. My thing is that I'm not all hung up and bent out of shape over, people hurting me. So what's taking you so long? I hear black women, they mature faster, and all this shit. Okay, get over it, please. I understand, it's not that simple, it's not easy, but I'm just saying there are good black men out there who are willing to help, who are willing to understand, who are willing to hear you. You just have to respect them. But the thing is that pisses black men off, even good black men, is being lumped some into some bullshit, lump sum with the bad eggs of other black men. I can't stand that. I'm not, those guys that hit you. I'm not those guys that abused you. I'm not those guys who did this and that. Black women have this selective outrage. And the thing is that when black women date interracially, especially with the white boys, they don't do all that all-in shit. They don't do that, with the situation with Sandra Bland, the women from Beyond Black and White, they're not getting outraged over it. They're not like saying to themselves like, damn, we gotta be careful with these white boys now, man, because this racism is getting out of hand. It's affecting black women now. Black women ain't doing that. Those IR daters, they're not doing that. You know, they give their white boy the individual shadow of a doubt. They give him his character and say like, okay, even though he's white, let me give him a chance. You know, let me get to know his character and see his views. They do that. But with black men, we don't get that. We don't get that. We don't get checked for our characters. You know, if we're black and you know the person that hurt her is black as well, you're not getting in. She's not gonna be cool with you. She's not gonna date you. But let another white man kill a black woman. She'll date a white dude and give him the shadow of the doubt. And just look, you know, and just be like, oh, it's about his character, not his race. But yet you're not treated, you know. You might find some feminist who doesn't like black men because of black rape culture. She's like, you know, I don't date black men because they have solidarity for people like Bill Cosby. They don't say anything about rape and you know, shit like that. I don't have time for selectiveness among black women. I just don't. But I'm just gonna end it here.